What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Steve Garcia, the Meme Machine, the number 8 UFC fighter, featherweight in the world. We have a special guest today. His name is Max, and he's going to be helping me out. And today we have a rankings list for the BMF and some of the baddest fighters in the UFC.
What's up, guys? This is my second video in a row with Steve on Steve's channel. We're just going to keep busting out videos like this for you guys. We got the BMF title coming up this weekend, though. We got Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway. Steve, appreciate you having me back on here today, man. I can't wait to keep giving people like this the content. I think this is only the beginning. So if you guys haven't hit the subscribe yet for Steve's channel, make sure you smash it right now. We're on the road to 100. I know we're going to get there quickly because we're just going to keep busting out videos like this. But without further ado, Steve, we got to start out with Khamzat Chimaev. Nobody knows what he's doing. I mean, pretty much anytime I get on social media, I see that he's in camp, he's training, and then I see other people say that he's out for 8 months. He hasn't defended his belt yet at 185, but where do you think Khamzat Chimaev goes on this BMF list?
He's up there, but I don't think that he's a BMF. That would be like something that I think of. I do feel that he is very much quality. You know what I mean? This dude is super good. He's mauled almost everybody, but he's had some tough fights against some good fighters. I don't know if his status is BMF, so we're debating between A and B on this one. But he's a champion, so I'm gonna put him in the A section because I do think that he has a potential to be a BMF.
Just pulling out of fights. I don't know if I can really put him on that BMF lineup there at the top either. So I really like that A ranking spot from you, though, Steve. I mean, we got Colby Covington. He hasn't fought since last December, and he got absolutely waxed. Where do you got Colby Covington, Steve?
Dude, honestly, the only thing I really like about Colby Covington is that he's an American. It's hard because he's fought quality fighters. He's taken it to him, blah, blah, blah. But on a BMF scale, he's going to soft, man. He I can't even put him in the B section.
We're 2 for 2. Colby Covington has to go to soft MF. The dude constantly runs his mouth. He's kind of trying to be like Connor now, where he's just going to say something crazy just to stay relevant. And, personally, if you're going to get waxed by Joaquin Buckley in a main event and you haven't fought in now 14 months, you don't deserve to be anywhere near that top line, in my opinion. Another great American that we got up here next, Steve. We got Donald Cowboy Cerrone. Where do you put him at?
You know, man, in his prime, I think that if this BMF belt was made, he would have been one of them to fight for it. Where he does really, really well until it's almost like the life-changing fight, which will put him in a championship fight or whatever the case is, and he just drops the ball, man. I can't give him a BMF ranking. I think he's good enough to fight for the BMF, and I do think that for the most part, this dude's quality, and he has I don't know how many win bonuses, so like he's definitely worthy of something high. Let's take him an A. This is about gangsters, and I think that he's qualified for that.
Yeah, no, I definitely like that right there from you, Steve. I would have to put Cowboy on the A or B line. Right now, I feel like me and Steve are kind of getting a little tripped up with, past versus, what we saw as their way out of the UFC. And I think right there, that's why Cerrone's got to end up on the A or B line for me. We got Dustin the Diamond Poirier next. He has fought for the BMF title twice, did come up short. Steve, where do you got him at on this list?
Dude, the original, the Diamond, Dustin Poirier. We have to stick him in the BMF, bro. Yeah, dude, he's that guy. It's almost like words can't even explain the amount of wars this dude's been in. He has fought for the BMF title. He's one of those guys you just don't take that away from, and he'll cement his legacy as one of the baddest dudes in history. So that's where he's going for me.
Yeah, Dustin's absolutely going to the GOAT. So we got our first guy at BMF here on the top of the rankings. We're putting him at the GOAT status of the BMFs here, folks. We got Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. Steve, where do you got Gamebred at on this list? I know you love him as a fighter. I know you love his style. Where do you got him here?
If we start this whole thing when it originated, he is the very first BMF. So of course I gotta stick him with the BMF. This dude is part of the reason why this belt even exists. This dude just scraps, and he's been scrapping since day one, even before he even got in the UFC. This dude is just an original gangster.
I completely agree right there, guys. I mean, we can't, not put Jorge Masvidal at the top line with Dustin Poirier right there as the BMF. He won it. He was the original winner. against Nate. We've got one that just officially got his fight announced. I know the word's been out there for a long time, but we got Kevin Trailblazer Holland. Where do you got Kevin Holland at, man?
I like Kevin Holland. I do think that he, he's a good fighter for him, but I feel like he's just more of a fun fight. You know what I mean? Like to have a crazy amount of status for a BMF is like almost like not up his alley. I give him a lot of props for taking short notice fights. I give him a lot of, kudos for that. But on this list, he'll be my first fighter that will go in the B.
Holland does have to go to B for me. He is always a fun fight. He's always a guy, but he's dropped too many fights for me to put him anywhere above the B line. King Green's been in the lightweight division for a long time. I believe he was even ranked 14 at one point. Where do you got King Green on this list?
Dude, I mean, he's kind of almost the same category as Kevin Holland. I mean, I'm gonna have to put him in the B category. The dude's he's not soft, he doesn't bug. I mean, he might bug some people, but he's won some great ones, he's lost some good ones. He's also been one of those guys that are they almost like try to be like a Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz, and I just don't think he's got that.
Yeah, and if I could actually have an A, B, C, and D, I think I would put Kevin Holland a little above King Green right here. Just because of some of the guys he's beaten. But, yeah, for me, King Green's got to be on that B line as well, guys. We've got one of the pioneers of the UFC heavyweight division. We got Chuck Liddell. Where do you got him at on this list?
I think it's almost disrespectful if I don't put anything else other than the BMF. It'd be A or BMF for me. Chuck Liddell is the dude everybody was scared of, man. This guy was knocking people out left and right. It was insane until he fought Rashad Evans. There was a BMF back in the day. He'd be it. So let's put him in the BMF. How about that?
Yeah, I like that ranking right there from you, Steve. Like I said, folks, I said in the intro before we got into it, definitely one of the pioneers of not only the UFC heavyweight division, but pioneers of the sport.
In his era, nothing else, nobody else comes to mind. Maybe Wanderlei, but I wouldn't put him in BMF. You know what I mean? So, like, I got to go with Chuck Liddell BMF, at least back in his era.
Speaking of the BMF, like we have the entire video, we're pretty much basing this video around this guy. He's fighting this Saturday. What you got, Steve? I know that this is your dream matchup in a fight, to fight Max Holloway for this belt.
Well, he's going straight to the BMF category. No questions asked about that. Dude, the guy that points down to the freaking ground when it comes to last 10 seconds and hopes that there's going to be a knockout. Justin Gaethje was the recipient of that, so that kind of sucks. But, if there is a man that is the owner of that title, it's him, and it's rightly over that shoulder. So I love the way he fights. I don't know who doesn't love the way he fights.
Yeah, it absolutely is the man right there, folks. And little spoiler alert, if you are watching this video, I'm just going to let you guys in on some news that me and Steve are going to post on our social medias. We got a breakdown coming for you for UFC 326, so make sure you guys stay tuned later this week. We're going to be dropping our predictions video together. That's going to be a spectacular breakdown for me and Steve. But we haven't mentioned Nick Diaz, another pioneer of the sport, done so much for the UFC as an organization. Really just brings that gangster attitude to the octagon. So where do you got Nick Diaz, man?
I honestly love this dude. This dude's really good. One of the fun styles of the UFC, especially early on. I thought he would have been more, of a BMF than his brother Nate. Obviously it wasn't created back then. As far as like status and everything like that, man, it's kind of hard to like not put him in the BMF. We're gonna mix it up. I'm just gonna bring him back. I'm gonna put him on the A list because he hasn't been the undisputed champion of the UFC. He's fought some of the baddest dudes on the planet. He knocked out Robbie Lawler, who I think is one of the baddest dudes on the planet.
Yeah, it makes sense right there. And I know you guys are gonna sit here and look and be like, well, you got two guys up there that didn't have undisputed gold either. But the other two guys up there on the BMF list, and Jorge and Dustin, they did actually physically fight for the BMF title. Yeah. And I think from a skill level perspective, those guys are definitely above Nate. I've actually got stuff right behind the camera right here of his memorabilia, so I'm not hating on Nick Diaz.
Same.
He's an absolute gangster, like I said before. Brian Ortega, and that's who we have to rank here next, Steve. Everybody remembers him for that fight he had against Volkanovski. He had him in two very, very deep submissions. Volkanovski was able to show his heart and grit of why he actually is a real champion.
What's going on with him is overshadowing a lot of his like early success, which makes it hard, dude, because like Brian Ortega was, he was, like a gangster out of California, bro, just coming in and just start strangling people. I had a great fight against Volkanovski. I think that, he's quality, but or at least he has it in him. But as of lately, bro, it's just not him. You know what I mean? So I'm not putting him in soft because he's not soft, but I'm putting him in the B section.
I think the B section is absolutely the right pick here, folks. I'm not trying to be that guy, but it seems like since him and Tracy Cortez broke up, stuff's been spiraling downhill. So you guys can do what you want with that information. Justin Gaethje, the interim lightweight champion right now. Most are expecting him to fight Ilia Topuria at the White House.
Dude, the way he fights is a BMF. The way he fights is a BMF. It sucks because like he's fought obviously Max Holloway. Gaethje has knocked out several people, including Dustin Poirier, who we have on the BMF. This dude is another gangster, bro, that goes in there and puts his life on the line for everybody to watch.
Yeah, Gaethje's got to go on the BMF line here, folks. He's obviously held the title, like I said. We got Tito Ortiz in front of us.
Man. Tito's one of those guys. And honestly, the only that keeps coming to my mind is like all those clips that everybody like chopped up about how well he talks. And I'm like, oh no, dude, it's like poor guy. He just can't. I don't know. Does he have CTE? Is he just not really like? I almost want to put him in soft, but he was a UFC undisputed champion at a point in time, so I feel like it's very disrespectful. So maybe I'll give him one up. Let's go with B.
Yeah, I think with that undisputed champ status alone, you got to put him at B. So I think that's probably the right place there for him, Steve. But we'll move on to the next one. This next contestant, only guy that's ever stepped in the UFC octagon and WWE ring. We've got the UFC's notorious CM Punk.
Oh yeah, he's going BMF. Psych. Let's put him in soft.
We got the current featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski.
I'll put him in an A. He's not a BMF. He's A quality. Like there's no doubt about it. BMF goes out there and they go guns blazing. They swing. They trying to knock you out. Volk has been a point winner for quite so many years since he's been a title holder. He has wins over Max Holloway. I think one of them I think could be easily disputed, but either way, he just figures it out. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing. It's just not a BMF thing.
Yeah, I think if we're rating IQs, I think Volkanovski's definitely up there in the UFC, but I wouldn't say there's been too many scraps. I hate to be that way, guys, but that fight against Lopez was not the best. We've got the man who just got announced as the Winnipeg main event against Mike Malott. We've got his brother, Herbert Jones.
I don't know who he is. So I can't. If he is related to Gilbert Burns, I'm sorry, Gilbert. I like you. You're a real one, but I don't know who your brother is. I haven't really watched him fight, and I'm not gonna hate on him. But let's just put him in the soft MF because how he made this rankings list, I don't know.
Sorry, Herbie. You got to go to soft MF, my brother. We've got Ron Gracie. He's actually a featherweight. He's in your division, man. So
yeah, he's the furthest thing from BMF, bro. Like he's the opposite of BMF. I mean, obviously dude, every time I see them, this dude looks like he's grouchy, he's pissed off. He has like, problems with everybody. He doesn't really fight, he's waiting to try to, tangle you up. Not saying that he can't, he's good at that, but I mean,
yeah, I think Herbie and Kron kind of stunk up the list a little bit right there. But we're going to talk about a guy that's not going to stink up the list, and that is our last contestant we have here on this ranking list. We got the man Nate Diaz, man.
Dude, we're putting Nate Diaz in the BMF. This dude beat Conor McGregor. I'm sorry, Conor McGregor's not on here, but Conor McGregor was the guy to beat. Almost untouchable. Nate Diaz just rolled in like a gangster he is. He has fought for the BMF, by the way, and rolled in hot and just straight strangled Conor. He took his best shots, gave him some quality shots himself. Conor was like on the ropes. Conor, I think, took him down, at least for the very first fight, going to the top, and he's on the BMF list for me.
Yeah, Nate Diaz is absolutely on the BMF list. I think a win over prime Conor McGregor alone, only him and Khabib Nurmagomedov was able to do that. I still wouldn't say that Conor – maybe – I guess you could say that Dustin beat Conor twice in Conor's prime. I mean, that was 5 years ago, guys, so I guess you could still say that, but real prime Conor McGregor, coming up the ranks, just taking out everybody in his way. Habib and Nate are the only two guys to do that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Me and Steve got plenty of other tier rankings that we're going to be doing. So if you guys got any ideas you want to see us do, make sure you drop them below. And make sure you guys rank Steve's list today on 1 to 10. Let him know if he did absolutely shit or if this list is fire.
Yeah, no, guys, just let us know what you guys want to see. Like, we're here, we're gonna give you guys videos. It doesn't always have to be about fighting. That is where I feel like I'm the most, all my expertise is in mainly. But I do other things. Max is into other things. And you know what? We're just open, man. We're here to have a good time. We're here to give you guys good content. And we definitely wanted to do this in honor of the BMF with Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway next week. So if you guys are not watching that, please tune in, hit the notification button so that every time that we post a video, it pops up. Hit the like, subscribe, guys, and let's grow this thing and just let's just have fun. Come with us. Let's have a good time and let's keep posting videos like this. All right.